Yes, hello, welcome to another exciting episode of Bannister Banter. It is a particular delight to have with us here today, I'm sorry, who are you?
It's Kat with Bad Girls Bail Bonds.
Kat with Bad Girls Bail Bonds.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you deal in, is this your business?
It is my business. I'm the owner and the agent.
And the agent, and I see you're wearing some interesting jewelry there.
This is my badge. I bond people out of jail, but I also pick them up and put them back when they need to go back.
I see. So you're a bounty hunter.
I do bounty hunt as well.
Well, now I have a question about that has always vexed me. Okay. Now you're a bounty hunter, but why not Scott or Viva? There, thank you. Now,
it's hard for me to absorb.
Just a little bit, exactly. Yes, it's a little bit of Bannister humor there. Don't worry, you'll catch on eventually. Yes. So as a bail bondsman, people get themselves into a bit of a pickle.
Sometimes people tend to do that.
And then they call Kat the bounty hunter.
They call Bad Girls Bail Bonds.
Bad Girls Bail Bonds.
That's correct.
Okay, and you go down and you bail them out?
I bail them out of jail when they get arrested.
But why? I mean, they're obviously unsavory sorts, so they wouldn't be in the can.
My favorite kind of people.
I see, okay. And you do this just for, just as a public service, or?
No, this is my career. I make good money at it.
Okay, so they pay you to post bail for them?
They do. They pay me 10% of their bond.
I see. And then they have to show up at court?
That's correct.
And if they don't, you go get them?
I go get them and bring them back.
Now, it seems like, isn't that dangerous?
It can be dangerous.
You know?
But that's the exciting part about it.
I see, okay. Could you tell me about some of your exploits? I mean, do you end up getting into gunfights with these people, or?
No, they don't. I've been fortunate.
Okay, so they tend to go quietly?
Most of them do. Sometimes they cry, so they're not so quiet, but I just turn the music up.
Oh, goodness, I was expecting stories that would be a little more action-packed.
Well, they usually apologize
drama,
too.
And, I mean, these don't seem like very dangerous folk you're going after.
They can be. I have 2 dangerous ones I'm going after right now. You just have to be careful how you set them up.
You set them up?
I set them up.
How does that work?
I have different things that I do. For instance, we just caught one this summer. He thought he was coming over to meet 3 girls.
He thought he was coming over to meet 3 girls. To what end?
Well, he thought he was going to have a good time.
He thought he was going to have a liaison.
Yes.
A
quad
à trois.
Yeah.
No, a menage a quad.
Yeah.
Is that what that is? So
he was going to have whatever he wanted as long as he showed up.
Okay, and so you lured him there under false pretenses.
Arrest me.
And then you lassoed him and took him in.
That's right.
Do you take them? Where do you take them then straight into jail, or?
I take him to jail.
So.
Actually, he had 3 warrants. I was only aware of 1, but when I took him in, he had 3.
Okay, so you must get to know the people in the local jails fairly well then.
Yes, I do.
The police and the judges, etc. Not
the judges too much. I stay away from the courthouses.
Oh, you stay away from the courthouses, but you do spend a lot of time in the actual jails.
In the jail.
Which brings me to another question there. You know, now if you're there in the jail and you need to use the facilities, do you have to go to the arrest room? So you'd be using the arrest room as opposed to the bathroom.
I don't use the restroom at the jail.
No, it's
disgusting.
Far too unsavory.
Even if I'm there 8 hours, I'll hold it the entire time. That's why I have a bad kidney.
Now do people? So when people are locked up, they use their 1 phone call to get in touch with you?
God, I wish they only had 1. Sometimes they'll call you 3, 4 times, and you just like, you're costing me so much money on the damn phone. I'm gonna come get you.
Yes. Well, that's another thing. Do inmates in jails use cell phones?
No, they use a payphone.
No, see, a cell phone, because they're in a just, never mind, nobody gets me. Nobody, okay. You know, there. Now, are you trained in any special fighting skills? In case you have to subdue these people?
These do it for me.
Those do
Yeah, I don't
it for
really
you.
have to fight anybody.
You just smack them in the head with those? And
No, they just look at them.
They're just, okay. All right, then.
Yeah, see, it works.
Do you need special
Look at you.
exercises for that, or just to get in shape
I do squats in the tanning bed.
to
That's about it.
wield those as a weapon, you know? Now,
Proper shirts, that's all you need.
Now I see that you are blonde and fair-skinned.
Mm-hmm.
So would that make you a pale bondsman? See, because you're more Nordic and just,
Right, I get it.
as
Right.
opposed to, you know, or
I'm tan, actually.
or a female bondsman as opposed to a bail bondsman. You know, there's that. Or I guess since you're taking them to prison,
I'm actually a bail bond agent.
you'd be a jail bondsman. You're actually a bail bond agent.
Bondsman is more for like a man. Now,
I
obviously,
see. An agent. So
not a
sort of
man.
like 007.
kind of.
Dames Blonde.
Yeah,
Or Dames Bond, I guess.
there you go.
Yes, okay. There, that works. See, now we're in sync here. You know, doing with the humor there. See, do that. So, what has been your most exciting case lately?
Oh, let's see. I have so many. Well, I went to Kansas. I had to go to Kansas to get somebody.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What and what happened in Kansas?
Oh, we got him. No, we went to his work, and
I was see you.
he wasn't one of mine,
a little
so
more expansive.
yeah, he wasn't one of mine, so he didn't know who I was. And we showed up at his job, and I was sitting pretty much on a chair like this, and he walked in and looked over at me and kind of hit on me a little bit, and I looked over.
And then you hit on him.
That's right. I followed him to the bathroom.
Oh, but you didn't like punch him out, or
He said he felt like he was being kidnapped, but he wasn't. I mean, he said he was arrested and they wouldn't extradite him, and I had to explain to him that I'm bringing him back to Virginia.
So you charge a fee up front to post this
No,
bond, right?
that one wasn't my bond.
Okay.
I
And
got
why
paid
did
to
you
pick
go
him.
after him?
I got paid to pick him up
I see.
by another bail bondsman.
Okay, and there's a fee that goes with that.
Correct.
And how much do you make for picking up someone else's?
We usually get 10%.
Okay, so you get 10% to go get them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so I guess you could say that you're into bondage.
Yes, I am.
You know, I mean, just a thought. You could say that. You wouldn't have to.
I didn't know that was this type of show, but you know, I got lots on that.
No, not usually, but you know, anything for a laugh here.
Yeah.
You know, now, so you just went down. You lured him to the bathroom.
Well, I followed him to the bathroom.
Or the arrest room, if you would.
Yeah, the arrest room. Followed him to the bathroom. He went to shut the door. We were right behind him.
Have you ever had any high-speed chases like I
No.
see on the television shows? Or
When I set people up, I try to, set them up in a safe environment. For instance, I set somebody up. He thought he was coming over to give me a tree estimate.
a tree?
He was a
estimate?
tree guy. He was a $65,000 or $75,000 bond for another agent.
Well, wait a second. He's giving you a tree estimate. Mm-hmm. In that
I had a tree that
you
needed to
told him
come
you
out.
were buying a tree.
No, I was telling him I was renting a home and that a tree had, broke, and I needed him to come over and take it down.
He's a tree repairman.
He's a tree guy.
He's a tree guy. Okay.
On the run, still working. What a dedicated
and
employee.
You lured him over.
I lured him over to a vacant home that had some tree issues.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
And he walked up to give me the estimate, and that's when I notified him that he was under arrest.
okay. All right.
Took him in custody.
Okay, that sounds good. Now.
Excuse me, Mr. Bannister, sir. It's your tea
certainly.
time here.
Excellent.
Enjoy that. Careful, it's a little hot.
Okay. Wonderful. Yes. Feel free to help yourself to some tea if you'd like.
Oh, I'm good, thank
This is the time time of the day for tea, and coincidentally, it's also when we shoot the show. It's not like I can do like this. Now, do you have firearms?
I do.
You do, okay. And have you ever had to use them?
No, it's too much paperwork.
Okay, all right. But nonetheless, you're always like a traveling salesman. You're always packing.
Always packing.
So okay, yes. So you have that, and it's licensed, and do you go out to the firing range? And
I do.
Okay, but you've never actually had to shoot someone.
No, you never want to shoot somebody.
Well,
it's too much paperwork. It's a lot of paperwork.
Yes, but it makes for much better television.
Well, then you might have a dead guest.
You could like make something up, or just.
How are they going to be a regular if you kill them?
Yes, well.
You know, I like to think of the future.
Now, these people call you and they post bond. Is that right? Which is their bail. Okay. Who is posting bond for all these unsavory characters?
I am. Well, they're family members.
Who's
You'll have
doing it for them?
girlfriends, boyfriends, sisters, brothers, moms, dads, uncles, whoever
Really?
wants to get them out. Yeah.
So they just post bond for their significant others.
Yeah, you prefer to have a blood relative. I mean, that's that's really what you want. Somebody who's.
Well, given that 50% of the marriages end in divorce, I would imagine it's much higher for just people you're dating.
Oh yeah, and a lot of them, you'll call them up to find out where they're at. Oh, I'm not dating him anymore. I haven't seen him in 2 months, and then it's a problem. So that's why you try to avoid.
Because they've dumped his sorry behind, and yet they're still. Well, now is that a loophole to get out of paying you?
No, it's not. Once you sign that paper, you owe me that money. I don't care if you've seen him since he left the jail. You owe me that money.
Well, does that happen regularly?
I mean, it does happen. People break up.
Well, shouldn't these women be more discriminating in choosing their partners?
It's all up to them, I guess.
Okay.
Some of the women are pretty questionable.
Of course, I'm dating
And it's not always the man you're getting out of jail.
Talk?
Sometimes you're getting the woman out of jail.
Okay.
Just the men take longer to come to the jail.
So sometimes it's the other way around. It's men getting...
their wives or their girlfriends.
Well, that's not very demure.
Well, I mean, everybody has a match.
But men are getting criminal women out of jail?
Maybe they get into that.
What happened to the old sugar and spice and everything?
Actually, I'm going to tell you, most of my clients are innocent. I mean, I know they are. They tell me they are.
Because...
They call and they say they're innocent.
Right, and you can always trust...
I mean, they're not going to lie.
A felon. Okay, now, isn't there a simple solution to this, though? Like I heard about with Lindsay Lohan when she was under house arrest. They put one of those ankle bracelet GPSs on her. Can't you just do that with these people so that you'd be able to track them down a little more easily?
Sometimes we do.
Oh, okay.
If it's a large bond, $50,000, $7,500, but they'll cut them off. The guy got in Kansas, he cut his bracelet off.
Goodness, okay.
Yeah, they'll cut them off. If they really want to leave, they're going to cut it off.
I didn't know you could. I figured it was metal and impenetrable.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you can cut them off.
Okay. All right. Now...
Just like Justin Bieber, I cut him off too. I am not bonding him anymore. He needs to stop calling from jail. That kid's in trouble a lot.
What exactly is a Bieber?
I haven't figured it out. He's a troublemaker.
Okay, but that's true. Have you had to hunt down many celebrities?
No.
No. Okay.
They usually put the cash up.
Okay. Oh, that's right, because they're the 1%ers. That they can get away with just about anything, I suppose. Now, one of the things I wanted to ask you about is. As far as these people go, okay, they can, to contact you, what do they do? They go to a website or?
Well, a lot of people contact me through my Facebook page.
I see.
It's facebook.com/badgirls with a Z, bail.
Bad Girls with a Z bail.
Yep.
So it's BADGIRLZ.
Z. We spelled it incorrectly.
Well, now
we're
I was
bad.
going to say, didn't you run a spell check on that before applying for the URL?
It's actually on purpose. To show how bad I am.
I see, bad girls. Well, now what makes you a bad girl? I mean, you're actually the good girl going after the bad guys.
I'm just the bad girl that's never been caught.
I see. Okay, so they go to your Facebook page and say, I've got a significant other who's
Well, when they go to
in the Hooskow.
yeah, they can either send me a message on there or they can hit the call button and it'll call my line.
And does that get through to you quickly?
Yes, it does.
Because, I mean, you figure that they wouldn't want these people spending an inordinate amount of time behind bars.
Yeah, they get to me quickly.
Okay, via your Facebook page. Do you also have a website?
I do have a website, which is badgirlsbailbonds.com.
Ah, and this time still with a Z in
With
the
a
girls.
Z, always with a Z.
Okay.
The S is imposter.
Okay, and when they do this, then what happens?
They call me up and I explain the procedure to them and I go get them out of jail.
And the procedure, let's say, well, let's say that Surly got himself into a fix and needed a $10,000 bond. What would happen? He would call you, or he would call me, and I'd call you.
He would call me from jail.
Okay.
Or you would call me from jail. I do get calls from the outside. Sometimes
Okay.
people get arrested. They don't know the process. They sit back there and they don't call anybody.
And then what would happen?
So I get the call. So I'm going to, talk to the co-signer, make sure the co-signer qualifies to sign for a $10,000
Okay.
bond. Which
Okay.
means they have to have employment, stable address, identification.
Well, for example, I don't have employment, but I do own a business, Bannister Stairs. We make designer stairs.
Okay.
Okay, then what would happen? Okay,
Okay. So then you're going to meet me at the jail. You're going to meet me at the jail.
I'm going to meet you. Oh, I don't think so.
Well, really?
Yes.
You wouldn't meet me at the jail?
Couldn't I just like fax you the money or something?
No, you cannot fax me the money.
Okay, but okay, so let's say that
Normally
I
we
meet
like to
you
meet
at
the
the
signers
jail.
at the jail.
Then what happens?
Now, if you don't want to come to the jail, you can do the paperwork online.
Okay.
However, you have to take
That
it somewhere and
sounds
get it
much better.
notarized.
Okay.
So it's easier just to
Okay.
meet me at the jail.
Oh, well, easier for you maybe, but anyway, so it's
not my friend.
So he needs 10,000.
It's
Well,
your
he's not my
friend.
friend either. He's my valet. But okay.
know?
Well, I guess you could say we're friends.
Okay, so you want to get him out, so you meet
just
me at
don't
the
want to
jail.
get too chummy with the hired help. But okay, so $10,000. He needs $10,000.
Yeah. So I'm going to put the $10,000 up. You're going to give me $1,000.
I'm going to give you 1,000.
$1,000.
Okay.
You're going to sign paperwork.
So it's like 10%.
10%.
Okay, and then what happens?
That's by law. In the state of Virginia, we have to charge 10%.
No more, no less.
We can charge up to 15%. We cannot charge less than 10 and no more than 15. Nobody charges 15.
So there's a minimum wage for bail bondsmen?
Yeah. Yes, there is.
Okay, it's 10%. They won't let you undercut the competition.
No.
Oh, well, that's not very free enterprise. Okay. Now, when you grab these people, what do you do? Do you tie them up, or do you have handcuffs? Or
I have handcuffs. Would you like me to show you what I do?
Yes. Would you please? What have you got there?
I've got my handcuffs with me.
You take them. Okay. So you always have them with you in a little holster.
Always.
I thought that would be your taser.
No, I can show you how they fit. If you want to stand up.
Yes. Well, normally I have Virginia McLean do this, but.
Oh, so you're
Do
already...
you ever lure them into the handcuffs under false pretenses?
All the time.
I see, because they think that they're about to get lucky?
Yeah. They think they're about to get lucky sometimes.
I see.
Sometimes, they... let's see.
They're okay.
Those are pretty tight
And
on
then
you.
when you've got them like
All right,
that,
usually-
then what
Bannister,
happens?
sir, we're out of
usually
time.
I
You can
have them
take them out.
spread their legs a little bit.
We're out of time, sir,
Goodness.
and we need to wrap this all up.
Oh,
Oh,
yes,
actually,
I could
sir,
show you the door.
I'm not going to be able to
Sorry,
let you
could
take
you
him
show
tonight.
her to the door?
Sure, we have to end.
Actually, we're not going to be able to go with you tonight.
No?
He does have a warrant for some unpaid
Sir,
parking
you didn't
tickets.
tell me that.
I didn't know that. I have unpaid parking.
Yes, you do. So I'm going to take him down to the
But
jail.
I have people
To
for
jail?
that.
And if you'd like
They
to
pay
bond
those.
him out,
No.
you can feel free to
No,
call
I'm
us.
innocent.
I can't bond him
It's
out.
a bum rap.
Well,
Sir,
no,
we'll be in touch.
No, sorry.
Is this
Yeah,
legitimate?
You can call Bad Girls Bail
Sorry,
Bonds
yes, but remember, it's Bad Girls with a Z.
with a Z.
With a T? What?
Z.
I didn't hear that.
Not a T.
A
We go this
G?
way.
No, see, it's a
Don't
big
worry, we'll get to you,
misunderstanding.
sir.
Now, wasn't that easy and fun?
Oh. Works for me.
Yeah, those really aren't very comfortable.
What was that
No,
number?
they're not.
They really should be
What
furlong.
do I call?
Did it come off on this side?
Oh, well, I guess it depends on the way your wrist is turned.
Well, you know what? You're lucky I didn't.
What good's wealth if you don't abuse it? I'm so glad we're rich. They say it can't buy happiness, but money can keep us together. They say it can't buy love, I guess, but money still makes love so much better. If money can't buy it, I don't want it.
I can write better
I'm
material
so
than
glad
this.
we're rich. The key is how you spend and flaunt it. I'm so glad we're rich. I'm so glad we're rich.
Forget it.
I'm just glad we're rich.